on top of that ward as it came down. And again, putting those wards in position, you can be caught out, but safe as it turns out this time around. They've just spotted Metalix's position there down by that tri-bush if they were watching where they'd warded early on. So they've got a pink ward coming on top now. Jerry using that one out early on. That was his single pink ward that he had in there, and they're going to stop that vision around the Wraiths from Fnatic.
Yeah, we do have, actually, it looks like we might even see an invade on blue buff here if Silence can stay towards the top side of the jungle, take his own Wraith camp, run in there, and with the consume, with the smite, he can easily steal away that blue buff from him. But that would be a very risky move, like we're saying, a big risk, big reward potential. And he could keep that off of Lee Sin, could keep that easily off of, well, I was going to say Ahri, but we're actually looking like a lane switch right now. Is Kerp going to be taking his Wolves here?
Now seeing the Wraiths being done by Aranea on the bottom side. As you said, the Wolves on the top side by Kerp. Metalix is up there with him as well. And I'm not sure with that one. I think it's going to be AD carry supporting that top lane, as we are seeing Fnatic going for this invade. We see the traps down there by Metalix. He's actually going to get one off. But will Fnatic be bullied away from this position? We can see as much damage coming out as possible. Peke already going really low. He's forced to flash away from that one. And Alternate, I think, going to be quite happy with simply holding down this blue buff on their side. They'd held that one out perfectly well. And that blue buff is going to be on Kerp.
And Joe, I mean, looking at the wards right now, we see Zyra currently no wards left, and it's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. We see on the other side 1 ward left. That really just shows you what's at stake and how serious these teams are taking it. No one wants to give up that first blood. No one wants to get snowballed against. And hopefully this game kind of continues, because it's really, really intense. It's really nerve-wracking.
And look at what we've got here in that top lane. Caitlyn and Sona. We have Zyra up there. Nidalee was there. Kog'Maw's just pushed this bottom out. So seems to be a little bit of indecision on the Fnatic side of things about how this exactly is going to be going down. That wave already pushed out, and well, we're going to see those double lanes actually facing off. And look at the wards on the map now. Look at the vision that's down from both sides. That's pretty insane stuff. You usually don't see that at this stage, that's for sure.
I don't think you ever see that at this stage unless you're something on the line like we have right now. We do have Feral Lord. He has a huge mini wave in the middle to push up with. Going to get a lot of damage onto this turret, and if Xpeke tries to go for any aggression, he's going to be hit by so many minions, he's going to be forced back right away. Arne actually coming in, not going for a gank there, but just trying to apply a little bit of pressure. But obviously was spotted. Blue buff still currently up for Fnatic right now, so that could be contested very shortly.
We've just seen there Cyanide having to come into this middle to stop that damage coming in. Actually, Feral Lord does have the level advantage on Xpeke. It was actually 3-1 before Xpeke really got himself stuck in on that lane there. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, we've got Kerp on Urgot against Soaz on Nidalee. That is the solo lane in this one. We'll see how that all works out. That blue buff is going to be there, and we are going to be seeing Arne going in for it, but, well, not able to pick that one up. It was taken away by Nunu. They've just actually crossed paths once again, and now Nunu coming in to try and stop Arne. Will they be able to get Cassidy Nova in time to do anything about this one? The Q will land, but not up at level 6. No Rift Walk, of course, for Xpeke, and that will stay safe. So no first blood as of yet, but in terms of the early gold lead, it's looking good for Alternate.
And Arne, I mean, he was very aggressive with that invade. He actually queued over the bush and went for it right away without even letting it spot, which we saw in the last game they played. It really came back to bite him in the butt as he died at the enemy red buff. But coming in, trying to go for the gank onto Soaz. Cyanide, perfect position for him, knowing exactly where Arne is going to go. To really just kind of stick with him just to prevent any ganks going down. And Soaz, I mean, looking pretty healthy at this bottom lane, but they are shoving the turret very hard against him. And Arne going to pick up a little bit of XP because he's done that in the mid lane now. He's done that at the bot lane. It's going to help him get a little bit of advantage over Cyanide. But in the end, we'll see how it actually works out.
They've got a nice CS lead here, though, Alternate. 25-11 in the middle lane, 36-25 for the AD carries as well. So starting out really nice in this one. We can see Cyanide actually working his way in towards the back of Feral Lord, who is really low. Doesn't have the dasher charges of his ultimate up just yet. Obviously still at level 4 as Cyanide goes in there, consumes that big Wraith, and he will just walk away knowing that Arne has a little bit less to work with.
Yeah, that's such an annoyance. And not to mention, Nunu is so hard to escape from in a gank if he does level his E, his Ice Blast, because you can't move at all. You're stuck there, especially when you have a Kog'Maw. As Zyra, it's pretty much impossible to miss your grasping root unless they flash it. Not to mention, Nidalee, once she gets level 6, is going to be hurting quite a bit. And one thing I'm really curious about is Xpeke. Do we expect him to roam around and help any of these lanes? And I wouldn't be too surprised to see it, because Cassin is so mobile, and they have so much damage in the top lane. Though in the bottom, it's kind of a little bit lacking, going to be stronger as the game progresses.
Yeah, we've only got one teleport in this game, and that is with Kerp on Urgot, who is now in this top lane. Arena's going to be sent packing from this bottom lane because Caitlyn and Sona have now finally got themselves down there. Actually, Xpeke has done a real good job here of getting himself back up to speed with the farm. Pretty much even between those two. Urgot still got a lead in the solo lane, and Caitlyn still got a nice lead over Cogmore, although they're matching up with pretty much identical builds now with those double Doran's blades and the tier 1 boots.
Yeah, speaking of Cogma, he's got to feel a lot better now as he didn't get destroyed by Urgot this game. You know, didn't come back to an Urgot who had a Brutalizer and then saved up money for a full Warmog. Going for that tier as his first item, going to go for that Mirror Mana eventually. Going to help him in the lane quite a bit. Actually, Peke taking quite a bit of damage right now, trying to bait Frelon Lord in.
Yeah, Frelon Lord actually is he going to come for it? He's
Six,
level
though.
6 now.
That was their window.
Danger. Yeah, that was probably their window coming in. As still, Xpeke there just recalling in the middle of the lane. That was a little bit obvious, and you saw Frelon Lord instantly go to the top side and see that Nunu was actually there ready and waiting for them. So 6 minutes, let's call it 7 minutes now into this game. We've got no first blood coming in. Arane actually going for the counter invade right now as he goes on towards nicely stolen away. I say stolen away, they were really is to begin with. As Arane going pretty low, Kerp comes in and that will stop Fnatic putting down too much pressure there. In the meantime, Xpeke is now level 6, but he's got no mana. Frelon Lord does have his ultimate available, but not going for that one, and Peke will recall.
Yeah, he committed all his mana just to try to get Frelon Lord down as low as possible, but as you're seeing it now with those pots, I'm sorry, not really going to affect him too much, but in the top lane, though, you still have RNA sticking by. He's been leeching a lot of experience from these lanes, but hasn't really, you know, forced any kind of push, forced any kind of early turret takes. But we do have, you know, Xpeke coming back to lane with the tier, going to help him quite a bit. As you see Frelon Lord, what is he going to pick up? Going for that Phoenix Codex, so we'll go into that Fiends and Holy Grail against him. And Joe, I feel like this is on a knife's edge. I mean, once the action starts kicking off, it's just going to keep going.
Yeah, but both teams, as we said earlier, not wanting to make any rash decisions, anything that's going to later down the line cost them. So it is just a best of 1, no best of 3 at this stage of the tournament, and one team will be going home with no chance to qualify for Season 3. Metalex there just forced him away. Still a massive... In fact, it's only got bigger in this bottom lane, to be honest with you. Metalex now up at 73 to the 49 or 50 CS of Yellow Stars. Yellow Star actually just trying to put some damage down to
coming in for a gank, though.
Yeah, Kassadin is coming down this bottom side. What can they do with this one? They want to get in on Jerry. And well, they decide it's not going to be worth it. They decide that they don't have the damage, I guess, or maybe even scared that someone, that RNA was actually hanging around, but he's in the top side of their own jungle, and he's now going to help Frelon Lord try and take out this middle outer turret, but they may just get sandwiched here with this one. Soaz coming in. There is Xpeke, the Charmer's missed. Where are they going to go? That teleport is coming in here from Kerp. What can they do with it? Where's the ultimate to bring him out? He doesn't have it up, but there is the first blood down in the bottom lane. Action really going crazy in this one, and it was actually Cogmore who picks up that first blood, and that will be a start for Fnatic that they're looking for. Alternate actually now aren't going to be taking away this blue buff of Fnatic, but I tell you what, they're not super healthy. They need to be a little bit careful because Cogmore and Zyra are starting to work their way over from this one, and there we go. Xpeke going very, very low, but RNA is going to be the one that goes lowest. He will actually fall to Cyanide. Here comes Soaz. They're going to go for Kerp. He's flashed away. Soaz gets hit with a 90 caliber net. One more auto attack. Kerp has managed to get away. Soaz is going to go chasing in. Where's the spear? Where's the spear? And Rated goes down. Soaz is still chasing on towards Kerp. He's still getting hit by those Qs. Where is the finisher? He's going to heal up. Here comes Metalex from the side. Soaz suddenly forced to back away himself onto the top side. Frelon Lord is there. He is low and surely won't be caught out by this one. He's not going to come down either, and a mad chase there by Soaz. But more importantly, from alternate side, they actually stayed alive as Frelon Lord now in trouble once again. Where is that spear again? It's dodged by Frelon Lord. Xpeke is going to come out here in a second. Frelon Lord goes down 3-1 to Fnatic. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I really hate to be a cameraman right now trying to keep up with all that action, but even though they lost on blue buff, that action happened. Xpeke able to pick it right back up, and this leaves Fnatic looking very good right now. 3-1 in kills, but the gold is pretty much exactly tied. But now we have a 3-man push on this middle turret here, and Fnatic trying to respawn as we do see Unrated coming in from the base, trying to help out.
Yep, they are going to be pushing down on that middle turret. And just to take stock of stuff, look at the gold, super even now. 300 is the only lead. We've got no turrets, we've had no dragons taken. In this game, still anybody's for the taking. The kills going in terms of distribution nicely there for alternate. One for Nunu, one for Cassidy, one for Kog'Maw. Spread out nicely there amongst these team. So I guess we're going to slow things down a little bit now after that craziness. I think they're going to get back in towards that farming phase, Jason.
That's what I was saying. It's on a nice edge. Once it starts happening, it's going to keep going. And you don't want to be feeding Kog'Maw kills. He's 1-0-1 right now. He's obviously supposed to lose the lane early on until he's at least level 6 where he can keep up in terms of damage with Caitlyn. But you know, getting that early kill, if he can snowball the rest of the game, it's going to be so hard for Ultra to have any sort of answer to this because all they really have is RNA to get in on him in the back line. But how can you really do that with the damage he has, the damage Xpeke has, not to mention, and Raid giving you a ton of CC to prevent.
Oh, in the middle lane here, Cyanide actually just getting kicked out there by RNA. They didn't quite have the damage or the CC to pin him down from that, and Xpeke came around just to save his teammate's life. Nicely done. Here is Yellow Star in the bottom. He's now almost exactly 30 CS behind, but as you said, he's got that kill. If we just take a quick look at the gold totals and where that actually leaves him, they're pretty much bang even. It's like a 40-30 gold difference between Yellow Star and MetalX.
Yeah, but you have to look at it in late game, though. I mean, Kog'Maw, well, actually, you see some pings going down on mid lane. Front lane, we're getting very low right there. But late game, Kog'Maw just completely out-damaged her in every way, shape, and form. There's nothing really Caitlyn can do against that, especially when Caitlyn has that sort of lull in her mid game where she can't really keep up. Yellow Star just only to get stronger as Caitlyn's going to have, you know, a kind of a, well, what shape is this, Joe? What shape is that? You can't see it on camera, but I'm going to just pretty much have a lull in damage until the game progresses a little bit later. I'm going to figure out the name of that shape. It's a bell, an upside-down bell.
I'd say it's more of a U shape, but you know.
Oh, wow, letters.
Just going for standard letters and stuff like that, but yeah, who am I? Anyway, down in this bottom lane, see that they're actually pretty much on top of each other there. We did see Nunu just waiting by the turret, decided not to go for it just from that point, and now Yellow Star is going to be on the turret itself. Let's have a look over towards middle. Are we going to see Nunu coming in for this one? Either they've actually pinged over there, and Cyanide now is going to be spotted here. Charm misses, but there's the Q. Yes, the Q lands, coming in from Aranea. In comes Ferellenlord as well, and the kill does come down for Ferellenlord. Can they finish off Peke? No, not quite, and I'm not sure that he's finished now. He's going to be running out towards Aranea, and look at the damage that he's doing.
Oh!
But Peke turned around. The clutch charm from Ferellenlord, but he gets the kill in the end anyway, but Ferellenlord will pick up 2 from that encounter.
Completely, that was such a mistake out of Fnatic. I mean, he wanted to go in. He didn't expect to get hit with that charm, ended up paying the price for it. And now Ferellenlord, I mean, he was doing all right to begin with, but this is just going to help us so much more. He's going to have Athena's and Holy Grail done very soon, and he's going to be able to roam around even quicker now that he has this middle turret done. He's going to be helping out this bottom lane where Caitlyn, yeah, you're up in CS, but it's still a Kog'Maw in the end. Top lane, though, has been pretty much no action up there as an Italy versus Urgot. You don't really expect anyone to get any kills there unless you see some jungle interaction. But I wouldn't be too surprised to see Ari actually pay some attention down towards this bottom lane.
Speaking of jungle interaction, we've got Nunu thundering his way down through the lane. MetalX being caught out here by Yellow Star. Not going to take much more as the crescendo comes across. One more hit onto MetalX. There is the exhaust actually coming down onto Nunu. Here comes the teleport. Alternate going to lose J-Ree, but Kerp is now chasing off. Has he got the damage to finish up? He's splitting his damage between them. Finally, we'll focus in onto Yellow Star, who's surviving. There is the ultimate out of Kerp, but he's going to go down. There was, oh, well, he got the kill off just there at the end. XPK did finish off Kerp, and that was a 1-for-1, but MetalX is not finished just yet. Oh, he's hit him! He's turned around! He's turned around! I can't believe it!
I've never heard you talk that high pitch before, Joe.
Ah!
Wow. That was such a good teleport in and out of Kerp, but didn't have the damage he needed. It was actually a really good ultimate out of him to switch places.
Dragon. He's landed his Q on it. Is he going to be able to get in there? It's going to time out. Can he get around? Look how Fnatic stalling that one down. Nunu going to combo in there to pick that one up. And now it's Becky coming around the side. And RNA is in a bit of dangerous territory there, but I think the lack of vision that they've got will stop them pushing in. And Jason, you need to talk a bit. I think I broke my voice with that one.
Oh, well, that's not a good sign. Anyways, though, taking a look at just items in general, we do have a Chalice actually picked up for Soaz. He's kind of going for that laning phase build just to keep his sustain up, keep healing himself in lane against Kerp. And this is something I was mentioning earlier, that teleport, it's such a key factor in these games. Haven't really seen it too much right there as we saw a 1-for-1 trade in the end between those two. We'll see how it progresses as he does have that Brutalizer finally picked up. We do see a Ruby Sightstone actually picked up for RNA, which I love to see on junglers. You mostly see them on support junglers, like as you see on Cyanide right now, having one as well. Gets that extra vision. So do have them try to come into this top lane, but Yellow Star, being smart enough, going to back out. In the mid lane, though, we do have Ari actually going for an Abyssal Scepter, not finishing that Themes and Holy Grail first, so get that extra magic resist because, you know, Xpeke is doing so much damage to him that you don't want to get bursted down right away. And we're going to get caught, though, by Arne.
Yeah, Q landing. There's the kick out, and he is in a lot of trouble here. We've got Kerp around the side. Ulti from Zyra did come out, but it's not going to be enough there with the passive as well, and that will see them backing away. Here is Xpeke just sniffing around the back of that Baron pick, wondering if he can actually get over, as Alternate will take down that bottom turret. That's 3-0 in turrets. They're still behind in kills, but they are 2,000 gold exactly ahead right now. 16.5 minutes in that bottom lane again. They are right on top of Soaz. He's in a little bit of trouble. Can they lock him down, though? That's the question. Here comes the ultimate out of Caitlyn. Not quite enough to finish off, but Forellenlord is chasing in. There's a flash. He's got one more charge, and he gets it right at the end of his range. Brilliant stuff from Forellenlord, but now Cyanide's coming around the side. Snowball comes in. Kerp is there as well, and Cyanide has to back off.
And Joe, that should have been a kill on Soaz in the bottom lane. We saw a power card actually hit with the W, the attack damage, or the damage reduction when he hit a champion. Didn't hit him with the E, wasn't able to slow him down, but still, in the meantime, we did see, like you just said, Forellenlord pick up the kill onto Xpeke, and now Alternate being super aggressive, going for the second middle turret.
Here comes the switch. Soaz gonna have to flash away from that one, but he is locked on here. Kerp now not able to put that damage down, as he seems throwing those Qs out, but again, they've done enough, and that's all they were looking for there, is to take them, or to force Fnatic away and take that inner turret. That is the first one for them of this game, but that leaves Fnatic with only an inner and on the top and the bottom lane. Obviously behind that is the inhibitor turrets as well, but looking a bit grim in that aspect of the game.
And the thing is, Joe, if Alternate can keep this aggression up against him, it doesn't allow Soaz to split push at all, which, you know, we saw in Intellection vs. Katowice just how annoying a Nidalee split pushing can be, where you can't really lock her down. So by being very aggressive, forcing these team fights, Soaz has to stay with his team, especially without a teleport to get back and help out. Alternate looking very solid right now, and really looking like they want to, you know, secure their spot for tomorrow.
This is an insane game, as we expected it to be at this stage of things.
Oh, no.
And now Xpeke having to rift walk away. What a route coming out of Zyra. Will stop Forellenlord in his tracks and not be any kill, at least for now, in that one. We can see that Yellow Star trying his best here to farm up. He knows he's behind 25 CS or so behind currently. He is at 113, and if we look at the item differences between those two AD carries, both with the Bloodthirster, both with the Berserker Greaves, only one Doran's Blade extra here for Caitlyn.
And the thing is, you typically don't see Kog'Maws build into a Bloodthirster the first time. They go for that Infinity's Edge, Fandat's kind of build, especially when they have the new Blood Boil. But because he could be dove on by Ari, who's 4-1, Lee Sin can easily get back there. Not to mention Kerp, who's just going to get more and more tanky if they get a nice switch onto him. He's going to need that sustain to really stay in these fights. And also, one thing I was mentioning about the Ruby Sightstones on the junglers, and noticing that in rated, 2 GP10 Sork Boots didn't go for any kind of Sightstone because he wants to build a little bit of AP just to get that little bit of oomph in the team fights.
So, here we go then. RNA coming in for the Q. Xpeke actually, well, they didn't really dodge it. I think more like RNA just missed that one as he came in. But Fnatic, you know, they've had to surrender this inner turret in that middle lane. They know that things on that front are not good for them. They've lost a lot of vision from that, and as such, have got wards out on both sides. In fact, on the top side of the jungle, at least, not quite on that bottom side just now. And now we're going to see Alternate trying to push in for this second inner turret.
That was just, I'm sorry, that was like an unnecessary thing here. They tried to get Kassadin kicked away. A Kassadin who has that rift walk. But still applying a lot of pressure. They're still pushing this bottom lane as they do finally decide to back up. But still 4 members there. We have Kerp in the top lane, has a teleport available. So if a team fight does break out, you will see him come in, and there's nothing Soaz can do about that. And that's really going to cause them even more trouble than it has already.
He's going to land the combo on him as well, which is just more pain for Soaz. As he's going to have to back away, throw down that heal when he can. But this is nice split pushing coming in. We are going to see Alternate go down. Zyra ulti comes in. There's a crescendo from Jerry. Are they going to follow in with anything from this? Or is the important part of that puzzle?
The pressure they're putting on Fnatic is so intense right now. They're just forcing these 4-on-4 team fights. They're leaving Kerp and Soaz in that top lane. You know, they really can't kill each other, but Alternate knows they can win these 4-on-4 engages, so why not keep them coming? Why not keep taking turrets, keep getting even more gold, as they currently are up about 4,000 right now. Just Alternate, I mean, I hate to take your phrase, but well-oiled machine, Joe.
Yeah, but they're up against a team who we know can throw spanners in those well-oiled machines. And they've done it before. They've done it before, and they could possibly do this one here again. I'm not calling this game until it's well and truly over. As Xpeke just headed down there towards Dragon. Check that one out. Not there. nothing available for the taking. Look at the ward situation again. Good vision from both sides, on both sides at least of the Fnatic jungle, which is, you know, just naturally where we're at because of why what the towers stand at. Fnatic are yet to register a tower kill, as they do, however, pick up Dragon, and that will leave them, you know, less than 3,000 gold behind. It's not the end of the world yet.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing that's been keeping them in the game, because I believe that's the second Dragon for them. It might even potentially be the third that they've gotten, and it's really keeping that gold lead up and really keeping the items on par. As long as they keep doing that, keep at least defending the inhibitor turrets, maybe make sure they don't get Baron, they still no way out of this game.
So Alternate looking to take even more away from Fnatic, and that will be in the form of that third and final inner turret in the top lane. Red buff going to be stolen by Metalex. Look at Fnatic, they're actually coming in. Charm landed onto Soaz. They're going to try and get involved. Ultimate coming out. Aranea is going very, very low. Cyanide goes in. He actually does go down. Cyanide turns away to get off of it. Can they go in? Ultimate from Freljord. He's going to dash in there. Not quite got the damage to get the kill. Yellow Star, though, will go down to Jerry, but look at Freljord. He's rooted in that Zyra ulti. Kog'Maw with the passive will shut him down, but it's not over just yet. Kerp is there, full HP, shield on. Metalex coming in from the side. Kerp, is he going to get stuck? Yes, he gets rooted under the tower, which is still hammering away on him. One more hit and it would have taken him out. Xpeke comes in there as well. What are they going to do about this one? Metalex going head to head with Enrated. That's a kill for Metalex. Can he get any more? Soaz is low inside of the bush, but they turn around, destroy Metalex. Peke is taking damage from the side as well from Kerp, and now Cyanide is back in the fight, chasing in Snowball. Soaz gets a kill. J-Ree's now in trouble as well. He didn't run quick enough from this fight. Can he get to the wall? He can get over the wall, but Soaz is going to leap straight in there for the double kill.
And in the end, a 2 for 4 trade. Fnatic's favorite.
It's not over yet, Jason. Sorry, but it's not. Aranea chasing there as well. Luckily now it is actually over.
I think I saw some blood vessels pop in your eyes there, Joe.
I don't care. It's totally worth it.
But yeah, a 4 for 2 trade in the end for Fnatic, helping to get back in the game, and that just shows Xpeke's mastery of his champion. Because you saw how low he was getting, how well he played him off in that fight. I mean, like you were just saying, Fnatic can't count them on anyway, and that just proves why you can't do that.
So, let's take a look. So, as I catch my breath. 5-0 in turrets. 11-8 Fnatic got the kill lead. 32.4 to 30.8 thousand gold. That's pretty much nothing. This game's only been going on 23 minutes. It feels a lot longer, the amazingness that we've seen from it. But to be honest with you, I hope it goes on for another 120 minutes. I'll probably regret saying that later. But still, we'll see. Metalex here having his red buff away. And looking down the items, Jason, run us through what we've seen in this last couple of pickups.
Well, we do see the Haunting Guards actually just finished for Enrated. Like I was saying before, he's going for some more of a damage build. Didn't rush any kind of Ruby Sightstone, any early aggressive wards. Let his jungler take care of that. So it's going to help him get a little bit more damage. And we do have the Zeal picked up for Yellow Star now. The real story is, though, the Rod of Age is done. The tier's still being stacked up. Archangel Staff almost done. Not to mention, when he turns into that, it pretty much will immediately go into that Seraph's Embrace if he goes for that route. We do have Urgot, though, on the other side. Kerpex has a Mirror Mana completed now. Doesn't have a Black Cleaver yet. Still has a Brutalizer. His damage isn't really that impressive in fights, I have to say. As we've been seeing, we do have the Warm-Up picked up on Aranea, and as we know, whoever has the most Giants belt most likely going to win the game. The Morello Nomicon done for Ahri. That's kind of that Ignite thing we keep seeing. Whenever they drop below 50% health, or is it 40% health? Yeah, 40. You get the healing reduction, which really helps against Cyanide. Not to mention Nidalee on top of that. And still we have the Chalice. I mean, that's been built for a while for J-Ree, but these fights are lasting so long. You need that mana regen.
I need that mana regen. That's how long these fights are lasting. And we're certainly not over yet. And look at this. We are going to see Alternate pushing through the jungle. They're taking everything away from Fnatic, trying to deny as much as they can at this stage. That last dragon obviously did go over to Fnatic. Next one, well, who knows if we're even going to see a next one the way that this one's going. And Alternate now starting to work their way in. They've taken all the, they've not taken all the inner turrets. That one at the top is still, somehow after all that action, is still standing. And Alternate here, they want to get this vision down. They want to push these lanes out. But right now, looking like they're playing this one a little bit more passively for now. Yeah, you've been mentioning how Alternate's been taking away the jungle consistently. In the last 5 minutes, Fnatic hasn't gotten very many jungle camps overall. They're really trying to bleed them dry, really deny as much gold as possible so that
that, they get even that much more of an advantage and can start winning these fights, because they're going to have a hard time really diving under these turrets. They've been getting a lot of picks outside of turret range, which has been helping them, win these fights overall. But Fnatic, I mean, still, Xpeke, he's doing a great amount of damage on that Kassadin. We do have an Oracle picked up for Enrated, which, I mean, you have to have right now. If you lose, they lost control of their jungle, 5 minutes ago. They probably should have had it then just to, clear all those wards. So that was going to help them get back in it. As you do see on your screen, RNA just taking away the double golems now. And there's only, well, as I said, 2 camps now up currently for Fnatic.
Yeah, really good, doing a good job of that one, Alternate. The question is, where is this next action going to come down? You can see that Fnatic pretty much not leaving the perimeter of their base. Alternate are going back for wolves at this point in their own side of the jungle. Every little bit counts towards, knocking Fnatic out, possibly being knocked out themselves. On the other hand, everything is riding on this game. And what a ride it's been so far. There's the Oracle, as you said, on Jerry, clearing out the Baron pit. Are we going to see anything around this Baron? Now, that's the real question that comes to mind. I'm not sure that either team, well, certainly Alternate, with that slight lead that they've got in gold, will want to be risking it at this stage. Then again, they may feel, on the other hand, that their team fights are definitely stronger right now, but I don't think so somehow.
Well, with 2 Oracles currently in play, they want to get Fnatic out of their base. As you mentioned earlier, they're pretty much just sitting inside the base. We do see Xpeke getting caught with that Ignite.
Here we go, good interception there by Soaz, but Cyanide caught off at the side. He's going to be switched in. He is going to be nuked down. There is the first kill of this encounter. Kerr picking that one up, and that is a real problem. That Smite and Consume taken down from anything that could happen around this Baron pit. We can see Kerp and Lord in the bottom right of your screen trying to zone Fnatic away from this Baron. But Fnatic know that they can't really give this one up. It would be a 4 versus 5 fight if they do get involved on it. Baron is down to almost half HP here. Alternate doing a good job of pulling them back. They've got good vision. Kerp just taking a good hit there. Baron now down to 4,000 HP. Are Alternate going to keep on it, or are they going to back off? Here we go. Root comes in. Here comes the dash in. Aranea going very, very low. He's going to be finished off. Enrated will stay somehow alive for now. At the back, he is finished off. 2 kills apiece up until now. Aranea did die earlier on as well. There is Xpeke getting involved. Lord is healthier than him, and now Xpeke has gone down. They're going to chase him towards Yellow Star. Cyanide back into the fight. Where is the absolute zero? There it is. Needs to break it off. Does break it off. Metal X goes down. We see Cogmore die at the end. Jerry is not going to escape this one. He blown to pieces by Cogmore's passive. That was a crazy 4 for 4. You can maybe call it a 5 for 4 since Cyanide technically at the start of that fight died.
What a fight out of both teams, really showing why they want to be in Season 3 and not want to give this game up. And I was a little bit surprised by Fnatic's play there. They could have taken it a little bit different. They have so much poke with their composition. The plants out of Enraid, they have the ultimate out of Yellow Star. Not to mention Xpeke does quite a bit of damage. You see, I was about to say, Kerp teleporting to the top lane. And then you have the spears out of Soaz. They could have poked down a little bit more, but still, in the end, we're able to keep them off that Baron. We're able to pick up 4 kills for, like you're saying, technically 5. Wow. I'm glad I'm not play-by-play, Joe.
A crazy, crazy match. And, well, to be honest, we wouldn't have wished for anything else.
This is the way you want to end day 1.
We wouldn't have wished for anything else in this, as we see Enrated moving down. Dragon is up. And that's how close these 2 teams are on gold now. They'll happily slug it out for this Dragon. Fnatic looking like they are going to be the ones to pick it up. Lee Sin is coming in from that backside. Can Aranea get that steal down? He does have Smite available. Xpeke has just warded over the top for Lord. Coming in from the side. Here comes Aranea. Is he going to be able to get in there for that Dragon steal? We have seen the Dragon being taken by Fnatic, and now they turn it around looking for kills. Jerry going to get rooted and focused down by Fnatic. Actually pops the Shurelias to get himself away. Meanwhile, Xpeke here, charmed up. Aranea is going to move in as well. Kicks Xpeke out. Xpeke very, very low. Doesn't die though. Now it's Aranea who's in trouble. Zyra ulti won't be too effective, but that Cogmore will surely land his shots, or will he? Aranea is still running from this one. Where's he going to go? He decides to go north. He's going to use his minions, and there is Peke to block his path. 1 kill for nothing after all that. Crazy
after
again.
all that long of a fight. 1 kill, but they did get Dragon. They're really using those to stay in the game. We saw such a really interesting play out of Alternate. They kind of tried to force a fight there, but they didn't have everything up. They didn't have the crescendo on Jerry, which would have turned the fight completely around for them. Probably end up making it so they could have killed 1 or 2 members of Fnatic, if not more than that. Just wow. I mean, they were so split. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication as we saw Lord and Aranea off to the side, just southeast of that Dragon, while the rest of the team was behind the pit, if not right above it. and they weren't able to close in. Luckily, able to escape with, well, at least one of their lives. And now Fnatic, I mean, they're starting to complete a lot of items here. They're starting to, you know, actually push out of their base. They're looking pretty confident right now. And Alternate with a pink ward on that Baron, not going to be able to do it as they do spot that ward. But J-Reed with another Oracle on him. Expect going in, not doing too much damage to Kerpex.
Here we go then. Kerp already taking damage, going to get slowed down, and actually he's coming back in for the switch. Is that going to buy enough time for anything here? No, he's just going to go down. It's Yellow Star that picks up the kill. That could be a vital one for him, and they're not finished. They're chasing down to the south there. Xpeke is in there. Jerry is not going to die there. He managed to stay alive, finally finished off. It was Cyanide that managed to do that one for Lord here off to the side, but Fnatic have taken down 2 men. There is Lord coming in. Can he get the kill? Aranea comes in there as well. He's now in the middle of them. Absolute Zero goes down. Aranea almost destroyed just by that. It's actually Enrated that will pick up the kill in the end. Metalex will take down Cyanide, and they're not finished. Xpeke super low. He's actually going to recall there. Dangerous position from him, but the key from that one for Alternate was to stop that Baron being taken.
Yeah, still though, such a good trade for Fnatic. 3 for 1, you'll take that any day, even if you didn't get the Baron. And that was kind of one of the things. They had the opportunity to turn around and go for it if they wanted, but instead wanted to push it a little bit more, go for a couple of kills with Xpeke. He overextended a little bit, not too far, as we saw him at Wolves. Almost actually took down J-Reed by himself, as we did see, you know, Caitlyn and Lee Sin come in to save him. But still, what, I mean, even with this game being 32 minutes in, these fights are so close that it just takes like one clutch ultimate out of one person to really set it in motion for one team.
500 gold. That's what I'm going to say right now. 500 gold the difference. That is pretty insane stuff. Fnatic 19-14 in the lead. 5-0 down in towers. But we know we're getting to that stage of the game where if you manage to take down 2 or 3, that's going to mean 2 or 3 towers following on from that one. That whole tower thing can change really quickly as this game goes on. And you know, all they need to do is keep stalling out for Yellow Star. He's got Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, got the Zeal in there as well. The question is, will the team fights go their way once they go on?
They should. They really should, because we have Cyanide has that Blood Will be maxed up. Actually, not maxed up just yet, but in warmer level, obviously, will be done.
Close enough.
Yeah, if they can keep Yellow Star alive, they should be able to win these fights. They have really good coverage with Cyanide, with the zoning power from that ultimate, with Enrated, with his ulti on top of that to really get the extra zoning power. It's really up to Xpeke to kind of stay alive, and then Soaz, they just, I mean, if he can heal Yellow Star, maybe he can go into the back line, do a little bit of damage. He has a Triforce Sunfire Cape done. They should be able to do a lot of work here, as we do have Baron being started for Alternate.
It's not being taken too quickly, though. It's not quite down to half HP. Here comes Fnatic in. Ward's down in the corner. Bit of a drive-by by Cyanide as he throws that one in. An Alternate going to peel away. I think fireworks going off from Yellow Star. Cyanide getting into the middle. Charms missing there for Lord. Q did a bit of damage, but not really what they were looking for, as we do see the crescendo come across. Zyra ulti going to be instrumental. Here comes the absolute Zero as well. It's going to be devastating. 3 kills coming down for Fnatic. Kerp is going to die as well. Off towards the bottom side. Lord is still alive, but not for long. Triple kill for Kog'Maw. Double kill coming out for Kassadin. That's an ace for Fnatic, and the Baron is theirs unless they end up dying to it.
I was just going to say, Xpeke looking very low there. Not to mention Cyanide on top of that, but Xpeke in that fight, as we saw him, Baron going to be taken for them. And that gives him such a nice gold advantage. But Xpeke in that fight went into the back, went right on top of Metalex, kept him busy for such a long time. I believe he even ate a crescendo there, popped his Seraph's Embrace, stayed alive long enough, blew a lot of CC on top of him to allow his team to come in from the backside and pretty much just destroy them one by one. The first ace of the game. Wow, Fnatic is looking so solid. Now they're only getting stronger as the Zonia Hourglass picked up for Enrated. Still going for even more damage right now. You know, since when do you see support sitting on 209 AP? Not very often.
Well, I remember one game in Katowice where Enrated was playing Lulu, went straight in for the Warmogs as his first big item in there as well. So certainly likes to go for a little bit extraordinary. And you never know, that extra AP that he's got in there, the haunting guys for that penetration, could mean the difference between winning and losing a game.
And speaking of Warmogs, we currently have 3 over for Alternate. We mentioned in the last game, you know, we saw Fnatic had no real damage in terms of percent-wise, and that was a big problem for them. But now they have Kog'Maw on their side, so any healthy build against them, it really doesn't give you that much more of a benefit than, you know, some armor would or some attack speed reduction would, which, you know, we don't even see the Frozen Heart actually out of Kerp yet, which is kind of like a key item on him. Gives you the extra cooldown reduction to get more Qs off and gives you attack speed slow, and not to mention the insane amount of armor to really defend against Yellow Star. And that goes back to the thing, you know, Alternate can't get into the backlines to stop it. And if you can't stop a Kog'Maw free attacking you with these items, you're not going to win these team fights.
Fnatic now are the ones taking away the jungle of Alternate. They've taken 2 turrets down. They are now 5,000 almost gold in the lead. Incredible stuff, but look at this. Look where Alternate are pinging here. They're pinging up towards their main base. Fnatic going to be recalling Soaz. Should have this turret away with Pharrell Lord. And, well, Lee Sin's actually joining there, so it's going to be 4 men up middle from Fnatic. Are we going to see this one kicking off in towards the base race? There is the teleport coming up, and they may engage from this one. Actually, we are going to see them coming in. Kerp goes for the switch. The cleanse will stop that from happening. The root coming on to Kerp. There's the Zyra ulti. It's going to knock 2 of them up in the air. Jerry has to pop himself out of that situation, but Fnatic not going to give this one up just yet. Who are they going to go for? Pharrell Lord tries to turn around to do the damage. Xpeke coming in from the side. He will use his ultimate to charge away. Xpeke will use Riftwalk to get into him. That's a nice charm landing. The Q will come over. Xpeke is not finished just yet though. He is going to be pushing in onto this one. Manages to get the kill. Xpeke on a rampage. Now we've got Soaz chasing Aranea around this top side of the map. Catches him in mid-jump over towards that ward. They've taken the inner turret. 50 seconds for Ari. 45 seconds for Lee Sin. 17 seconds for Urgot coming in as well. Can they defend with just 2 men here? Yellow Star going straight in, focusing onto Jerry. One more hit, he gets it. He's going to go head-to-head. Metalex goes down. Double kill for Yellow Star. The inhibitor turret's going to fall. The inhibitor will go as well. It's going to be all on Kerp. He has to pull off some Xpeke style stuff to even have a chance of this one. Comes flying off the base with those home guard boots on. Gets forced back instantly. First Nexus turret being focused. They're doing a good job here. Second one's going to go down. 9 seconds for Lee Sin. It's not going to be enough here. Fnatic focusing on the Nexus, and they're going to knock Alternate out and go through to tomorrow's playoff games.